Hi folks. If you've seen the last few videos I've done, you know that I'm working with an area in and around the Marfa, Texas area. This is what I found today. It appears to be a wolf. This is what it looks like when you invert it and you up the contrast a little bit, and you can see the outlines a little bit better. Now, what I've said about this is color saturated, by the way, is that this area uses both the lines, like in Nazca, and it also uses geographical features to make the picture complete. This appears to have the paw actually is up, and the tail comes up. Now this is kind of normal for the area. Today we're going to get a little weird. Now this is the shark that I pictured in the last video, and what I wanted to show you is that all this art, it has to be seen from altitude. This is an angle that was clearly cut to facilitate this shadow, and when you actually move from the bottom to the top of this, the dorsal fin seems to rise. Now this became a porpoise. It is not a shark. I told you I'm not in charge of the lines. They do what they will, and this is a porpoise. There's its blowhole, and there's the excretus. Now this, clearly, it's a bighorn sheep, and it was kind of surprising when I saturated it. I have to feel that the people who created this see things in a much different fashion. This bighorn sheep appears to have another sheep under him. They appear to be mating, so that's very nice, but my lines are a little wrong. The top part is right, and I think the back hoof is right, but this is a head area of another, probably a female. I want to show you what I found on the top of Dulce Plateau, Dulce, New Mexico, famous for the gray aliens living inside of it that Phil Schneider told us all about. And funny little suitcase he has here. It's got a handle. Now, the only time I've seen that is in Sumerian creation scrolls, where the Annu or the Anunnaki, the Anunnaki is an incorrect name for them. Annu are the race of a different mixture of extraterrestrial biological entities that came to this planet, and do so every several thousand years, apparently, according to the Sumerians. And what they did was that they changed our DNA, infused their own DNA with simian, and got humans, or giants actually in the first, to be a gold miner for them. This is what the area looks like when you saturate it. And you can see now that there's an arm that's actually extending from what's visible here. Apparently, they see things a little differently than we do. But now I want to prove that gray aliens are the Sumerian Annu, or Annu na Nibiru. Those are Annu that were born on Nibiru, Anunnaki mean Annu, that were born on Earth, key being Earth. This is an elongated skull found in Germany, actually. I want you to notice the square jaw and this. Now, without seeing the face of it, you would think this is a human nose, but you can see from the side that it disappears here. And from what I've been picturing, they don't have a human-like nose, and this is what throws the abductees when these people abduct them. These are the Annu. These are not just simply gray aliens. These are the Annu. And they have a little slot for a nostril, not regular two-sided nostrils like we do. And this is sort of a flap covering it from what I can find out. And by that I mean, this was the first set of Annu, human, and simian faces all in the same spot. And the funny thing is, the Annu and the human wear the same hat. And by that I mean, this hat apparently comes up here. Let me invert it. You can see the lines a little better. But I don't think that it's intended to see this way. These are with my lines. And you can see that there's an Annu. And I got the nose wrong because apparently they only have a slot and a little bump here. There's a human and there's a simian. The eyes and the mouths are connected. Now this area here, it actually looks to be like a very, very worn DNA signature or snake. And it also replicates way up high. Now this is a picture of the simian head itself. I want you to notice that they're using nothing but lines here. This is a very sophisticated form of Nazca line. They're using the polygonal lineage, and these connectors, I believe they're electrical connectors, by the way. These connectors are actually figures. And here's the simian again with an arrow pointing to him. And notice that there's a well. There's wells attached to all of these connectors, no matter where it is in the world. Now, this is a color saturated, and I think that these people must see colors very, very differently. You can see the big eye, human eye, and the simian. They are all together in one picture. With a DNA handbag, just like pictured at Dulce. This is an inverted simian, just to show you the lines, that they're there very, very, very clearly. The Annu, they spread their DNA with the simian and got human. And they apparently deal with us as semi-equals, but I believe that they have a proprietary feeling for us. In other words, if you've ever had your mother say, I made you, I can take you out, well, this is what I think is going through their head. Because the junk DNA that they infused us with is where all of the orders that they wanted to give us took place. But they also included a kill switch activated by radiation, and that can also explain the Van Allen belts that they placed around the Earth so that we as a species could not get out. Now, I'm going to show you several of these mixed faces. And what they've used here is a form of inlaid. This is actually like a whole different soil. This is color saturated, and I think these people actually see things this way. There's an Annu head, simian, and right here is the human. But there's also there's a human here, there's a simian here. There's multiple faces here. This is the one that I wanted to show you, though, because he seems to be wearing a solar symbol here. Great big Annu, elongated head. Notice the square jaw and the slot for a nose. There's the simian, obviously. There's another simian here. Human face, and there's another human face off to the side. Over here. Now this seems to be a symbol of creation for them. This bird symbol is repeated on pharaohs, by the way, whether they're female or not. This is another triple face. That's a little bit different. It's a very, very large section here. But when you can find the eyes, you know that you're dealing with another face. Human and simian. Annu, human, simian. This is repeated so many times. This obviously has a great eye, small eye. I think this is a mixed face with both human and Annu features, but it's also repeated with a human here, a simian here, and a smaller simian face. It's how it looks when it's color saturated and contrast enhanced. These are with my lines: simian, human, simian, human, Annu. Now, the nose I got wrong. If you go back here, you'll see that there's no nose. It's just a little slot. This is another Annu figure with a hand. Now over here are faces, but they're so worn that I couldn't make sense of them. So I know that they're there because the eyes are there. But this is I call Annu spreading a seed. This is another face, and by that you can see the eye and the Annu color enhanced, and it becomes Annu, human, and this guy is a baboon's head. That's not really funny because over here we have several faces going up this, what would look like a gully, except there are staples in it. This is what it looks like inverted. There's the eye. You're going to see that I got the eye wrong here. This is an elongated eye. This is another multiple face. Annu human. Now down here, I wanted you to see this one. See the little lips? This is an orangutan. This is apparently a human with a beard. So apparently the humans with beards, or Caucasians, must be part of the orangutan species. Now I always like to end with this, and I'm going to do it a little differently. Color saturated, nice eye. Inverted, nice eye. Again, notice, they're just a slot. This is what really scares people during alien abductions. And these people are responsible for all alien abductions. No matter. These are not robots. These are the Annu. Thank you very much.